Films and fermentation, movies and inebriation. With films and fermentation, comedy mixed with tasty libations. Films and fermentation, with Leo, Catman, and Mike.
Hey, movie lovers, this is Leo,
Mike,
and Kevin from Films and Fermentation.
If you love comedy, movies, and a good drink in hand, then you need to check out the Podnation Media Network.
it's home to a variety of amazing podcasts covering everything from pulp culture to history and, of course, movies like ours.
And the best part, Podnation Media Network is featured on Roku, so you can stream your favorite podcasts anytime.
Alongside Films and Fermentation, you'll find other fantastic shows like the KJ&A podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Real Sharks, and so many more.
So grab a drink, press play, and join the fun with Podnation Media Network.
Because everything's better with a little comedy, movies, and booze.
Learn more by going to linktree.com/PodNationPods. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Films and Fermentation. Tonight is our Season 10 finale. I would love to be able to tell you how we decide when seasons start and end, but it always just seems to be kind of piecemeal.
And Mars is in retrograde.
Yeah.
And the
like,
beer starts to run out.
I feel like this season has been our longest yet because we just kept going.
That's going to tell you how many weeks we're actually going to go.
Yeah. So we...
1 week before we go.
1 week before we start the new one. Yeah. So this is our season finale for season 10. It's called Last Call because we are looking at our favorite final scenes tonight. We have a big finale theme going here. We are not going to be back with a new episode for quite some time as we have a lot of stuff going on in our lives with our jobs and vacations and stuff. So we will be doing some either repeat episodes or some like best of episodes or something in the next few weeks. So
You go to the archives and pull some of those first episodes out.
yeah, I'm going to do episode number 1. Re-release episode number 1.
Episode ever.
Yeah. No,
I thought it was rather pleasant.
It was a fun episode. It really is a fun episode when you listen. It sounds like shit, but it was a fun episode. So tonight is episode 209, season 10 finale. Last call, our favorite final scenes. As I said already, we are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast, number 1 pop culture podcast on Good Pods, number 1 beer podcast, and TV and film podcast. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
He's Mike.
He's Mike.
We're 3 friends that like talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. Welcome back to Films and Fermentation, a podcast where we drink more than directors yell cut and talk movies until the credits roll. This week, we're raising a glass to the greatest final scenes in cinema, the moments that stick with you long after the popcorn's gone. From freeze frames to plot twists, teary goodbyes to explosions you didn't see coming. We're covering them all. Think of it as the cinematic version of Last Call, because sometimes the way a movie ends is the reason you remember it forever. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation to find all of our social media and podcast links. Become part of the Films and Fermentation family by subscribing to our Substack newsletter or by watching us on the Podnation Media Network on Roku. We're an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported. So please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members only content. That's right. For a $1 donation, I didn't come up with anything this week. It's the season finale. I got a lot going on with school. I didn't have time to think of a $1 donation joke. So just please give us $1.
$1. I want $1.
$1. Please, sir. May I have some more? Go to patreon.com/filmsfermentation or purchase our merchandise at teespring.com or text us at 904-867-4466. What are we drinking tonight, gentlemen?
I'll go first. I had to crawl into the back of my fridge and, adjust things to find some of these lovelies. I think they may have been sitting for 2 years, at least a year. This is from summer, I'm guessing. Just
In
in summer. I should probably clean off the top too before I drink it. Well, it's alcohol; it kind of cleans itself. This is a High Noon Sun Sips.
It's the only drink that sterilizes itself while you drink it.
I've never had these vodka sodas or these vodka drinks.
He had a vodka. He had a whiskey drink.
That's right.
I have
alcohol by volume.
I have a bunch of those in my fridge, and I think you may have them in your fridge because Katie may have brought them over in the summertime. So,
and they're not from this year. They've been sitting in there since at least last year.
It's
they may have
possible she brought them over last summer too.
Oh, okay.
Because we have a bunch of those in our fridge.
Oh, God, there is some
alcohol.
Anyway, as I go through that, I'm going to have one of the last remaining two Southern Tier Caramel Cookie Bar Chocolate Bar Imperial Stouts. Lee, I think you had this a couple episodes ago. 10% alcohol by volume. I think I want to save the last one for a fire pit. Yeah. Have that caramelizer and sweeten it up a little bit because I'm sure it's very bland. Mm-hmm. As Southern Tier beers typically are, they never taste the way they describe them.
I need to go take some meds because my blood sugar just spiked listening to that.
And getting the fridge out, cleaning out the fridge to get ready for all the autumnal fall beers, which I really like.
So, Mike, what are you drinking to sterilize your mouth tonight?
I'm sterilizing my mouth with a mouth, apparently. I have a Cape May White Belgian style wheat ale brewed with coriander and orange peel. See, there's a mouth on there.
Nice. Cape May Brewing.
Yep.
I, like Kevin, had to crawl into the back of the fridge to clean it out a little bit. It's the season finale. It's the end of our 10th season, so it's time to, make some room. End of summer. Make some room in the fridge for some new drinks. So I just grabbed what were some older ones that I know have been in there for a little while. I think this one was from Christmas. It's the Holy Donut Imperial Stout with donuts, dark chocolate, and peppermint flavor. Dark chocolate peppermint from Lone Pine Brewery. It is. Where is the thing? I'm not sure what the APV. Oh, here it is. It is 9% alcohol by volume. I picked a good one.
That was one I got you. Yeah. That was one of the holiday pack.
And when I get through that one, because 9% is not enough, I got another cannoli, like I drank last week. Cannoli cream ale, which is that one is. I'm already losing my ability to see. That one is on here somewhere. I thought 7% alcohol by volume. So getting a little lighter on the second drink.
Yeah, you have to work tomorrow, right?
I'm working from home tomorrow, so I should be okay.
Oi.
I'm working. I have an appointment in the morning, get my car serviced, and then it actually is you may work from home day. All the teachers are kind of working from home, so we start Tuesday.
We are off tomorrow. I kind of wish I don't wish to be in the building, obviously, but I didn't get much done today, so I'm going to be rushing around next week before students come in.
When I say I am working from home, Mike, I am working from home. I have a lot that I have to do in preparation for next week, so it is an actual work day for me. It's not. I'm not going to be sitting home relaxing. Speaking of homework, let's see what Mike's homework it was this week.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
19 1946 film noir The Killers premieres, directed by Robert Soydmach, starring Burt Lancaster and Ava Gardner, based on a story by Ernest Hemingway.
I'm wondering if this is one that Cthulhu Jack is a fan of, because he's a big 1940s film noir fan and reviews them a lot on his channel. I've not seen it because it's an older film. So.
1951, the film American in Paris, with music by George Gershwin, directed by Vincente Minnelli. That's what it looks like.
Vicente Minnelli.
Vicini.
Yeah, that's all E's and I's to me. Starring Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron, premieres in London, Academy Award Best Picture 1952.
I have seen this. It's a musical. I've seen a lot of musicals. So. Gene Kelly.
Yeah, Gene Kelly. He's probably
Is
dancing.
this the one where he tap dances with Jerry from Tom and Jerry?
This one, American
Yeah.
Paris. It might be. I don't know. Like they all kind of blend together after a while. I have definitely seen the next one.
1953 romantic comedy film Roman Holiday, starring Audrey Hepburn, Gregory Peck, and Eddie Albert, is released.
Audrey Hepburn's very first movie won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her first film.
Interesting.
It was all downhill from there.
Yeah, sure. Did nothing else with her career.
No.
Nope. She gave him all to her sister.
Next film I saw in the theater, and I was a little disappointed by it. I'll tell you why after you read it.
We got a big jump now. A lot didn't happen in like 50 years.
Hollywood just took off after Roman Holiday.
2004 Hong Kong martial arts film Hero, starring Jet Li, opens in the U.S. and becomes the first Chinese language film to go to #1 in the U.S. box office.
So this was like after Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which was like a phenom and a major success for Chinese cinema in America. And this was like the follow-up to that. And I remember seeing a commercial and thinking, oh, this looks amazing. And I went to see it in the theater. It's a beautiful movie to look at. Like very colorful, really cool action sequences, but I didn't like the story as much as I did Crouching Tiger. And so it was a lot of like history that I wasn't familiar with in China that kind of made it hard to follow. So
You're the reason why Jet Li had to be in the Expendables.
I am the reason Jet Li had to be in Expendables. Next one, sir.
In 2008, Slumdog Millionaire, based on the novel Q&A by Victus Swarmpup.
You had trouble with the Italian names. I would really love hearing you read the Indian.
Directed by Danny Boyle and starring Deva Patel, premieres at the Telluride Film Festival Best Picture 2009.
Yes. This is a big deal when this movie came out. It would have won the best Oscar and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an okay movie. I don't know if it was the best picture that year.
It kind of like follows the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in India story, right?
Yeah. It's like a love story, but that's like at the center of it is the Slumdog, is the Millionaire show.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Boyle is the director of 28 Days Later and Sunshine and a bunch of other like really cool action movies that I like. And he won Best Director for this that year. I was kind of happy to see that. Next one, sir.
2009, the Walt Disney Company announces it will acquire Marvel Entertainment for $4.24 billion.
And absolutely everything was positive after that.
I'm sure they made their money.
I was going to ask Mike whether or not this was a good move or a bad move.
I think it's a better move than people think it is, because up to that point, the Marvel movies really kind of sucked.
Yeah.
A few hits out there, but a lot by Fox really blew.
I think it was a double-edged sword. They got the money and the resources to be able to make, better movies or maybe not better movies, but like better special effects with higher budgets and bigger names. But they also had to like cave to the executives on a lot of things.
Well, Fox and Sony also have that kind of money. They just wait till the last. Well, Sony doesn't anymore, but Fox would wait till the last freaking minute when they're about to lose their licenses to it.
Yeah.
They throw a movie out there.
Yeah, and I think it's the same problem with the Star Wars merger too. Was it just became oversaturated after a while? There's so many shows and movies, and like, do you have to watch a show to watch this movie? And what is it? How does it tie in? And it just got too much.
And they really put a lot of on the backs of the heads of the department, Kevin Feige, and who's the one for Star Wars?
Favreau and
Favreau, yeah.
Favreau, but I was thinking the other
Star
one.
Wars was Filoni.
Filoni, that's it.
Filoni,
you know, that's like they put so much on their shoulders, and it's good that they're such massive fans of the franchise that they can kind of weave stories together. But I don't know. I wouldn't want all that responsibility.
The bigger problem is with comic book movies is they're trying to do. I think they're just trying to do a lot. Most comic book fans follow one or two, maybe three different comics. They don't get everything.
Yeah.
So now you're doing Captain America, you're doing Iron Man, you're doing the Avengers, you're doing this one. That's like five different comics now that people need to try to follow in movie form.
That's why I like the James Gunn films, is because he does a good job at taking like Z tier heroes and making them fun and popular.
Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man, yeah. Next one, sir.
2012 Argo, directed by some guy named Ben Affleck, and starring the same guy named Ben Affleck. Bryan Cranston and John Goodman, premieres at the Telluride Film Festival, Best Picture 2013.
I like this movie.
Not a bad movie. I mean, it says it's based on a true story, but like all Hollywood true stories, it's very loosely based on a true story.
There was something that happened in history that was similar to that.
Yeah. Same thing in the next one too, which is a good movie, but I cannot watch it again ever. It is a watch once and you're good kind of movie.
2013, 12 Years a Slave, based on the memoirs by Solomon Northup, directed by Steve McQueen and starring
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Thank you. Fassbender and Benedict Cumberbatch, premieres at the Telluride Film Festival, Best Picture 2014.
Also, Best Supporting Actress for Lupita Nyong'o. It is excellent movie. Really, really hard to watch more than once. Next one, sir.
2013, actor Gary Sinise is named as an honorary Marine by the Commandant of the Marine Corps.
Wow, I did not know that.
I didn't know that you could do that. I mean, I get it. He has done so much for veterans and military families and stuff. I just didn't know that you could be an honorary member of the armed forces.
Well, technically, the commander in chief is,
an honorary. Well, yeah.
I was actually more just like, I didn't know that Gary Sinise got that honor. That's the fact that's always kind of cool.
And ever since, God, was it Saving Private? No, not Saving Private Ryan.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yeah, he went like big time into philanthropy and charitable organizations for vets.
Let's
I
say
don't know if it proceeded, but
well, it's same thing like Hanks did with his philanthropy for World War II veterans and stuff. After doing things like Ryan. You need help with the director's name on the next one, sir?
just the last name.
Go ahead.
Birdman, directed by Alejandro Gonzalez
Inarritu.
and starring Michael Keaton and Zach Galifianakis. Premieres at the Venice Film Festival, Best Picture 2015.
It's a good movie. Great performance from Michael Keaton in it. He lost the Oscar for Best Actor that year to Sean Penn for Milk. Another good performance, but I feel like Keaton really deserved it for this. Ed Norton and what's her face? Why can't I think of her name now? Jesus, I'm really losing it, man. Emma Stone and Ed Norton are in this as well. Ed Norton, to me, steals the movie. He is amazing in this film.
I've never seen it. Is it a dark comedy? It is a dark
It's kind of a dark comedy. Keaton plays this actor who was known for these superhero films called The Birdman. And late in his career, after he's kind of like washed up and all, he tries to reinvent himself as a Broadway actor by starring and directing in this like really complicated play. And the whole movie is like they're getting ready for opening night. And the film is shot in one take from beginning to end. Like the whole movie is one take.
Oh boy!
But was it legitimately done in one take, or was it?
I think there's
CGI one take.
I think there's like actual like cuts here and there, but they're so subtle that it just looks like one full take. It's done really well.
I do remember seeing a video clip of somebody pointing out the man disconnecting the wires as Michael Keaton comes down and descends onto the street, and somebody passes behind him, and you can see really quickly the hand movement towards his back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there has to be some cut somewhere because you can't just film without making mistakes, you know. Yeah. But the way it is filmed, it's pretty ingenious. Like it looks like it's all done in one take. It looks like
there was that movie, or not movie, TV series on Netflix called Adolescent. Every episode, and there was like
that TV show was so good.
And those were all one take. Man,
yes.
Every episode is impressive.
Every episode was one take. That show was so brutal, but so good. Such a good show. All right. So moving on to some beer news tonight.
Kevin's here, he's here for beer. He's got news, it's beer news with Kevin.
Here's another thing Gen Z screwed up.
Yeah, real quick, Kev. Since it sounds like we're all distracted, it's because we read ahead of this of what you're coming up, your headline there, and I'm just so like they did what the fuck. So I'm like I can't concentrate on what I'm supposed to be reading if I see that. Right? How the fuck they do this?
Now I am going to make an exception to this, Mike, and you may or may not agree. If the ice cubes are made with beer,
beer cubes,
you're icing, the beer cubes to go into the beer to keep the beer cold, and as they melt, they add more beer.
Can you actually make beer cubes?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Alcohol doesn't freeze.
Alcohol is notoriously hard to freeze. So
well. Liquid nitrogen.
I like the idea behind it. Katie makes coffee cubes to put in her iced coffee. So
yeah, but that can happen. Yeah. Not everybody has liquid nitrogen to freeze their beer.
Well, I recommend people going out.
Well, let's explain to the audience what we're horrified by.
Yes, the New York Post has reported Gen Z is putting ice in their beers. Dun, dun, dun. And some brewheads are actually defending it. It's the most refreshing way, they say. Seasoned beer drinkers may have had a frosty reception to the Hail Ale trend, but open-minded imbibers are cool with iced brews. Gen Z has seemingly cornered the market on oddball food trends, from dry yogurt to ketchup-slathered Kit Kat bars. Oh my God, I'm going to vomit during this. Now culinary quirky Zoomers are dividing social media users with other gastronomic taboos, putting ice in beer to create an extra cold one. A quick TikTok search pulls up dozens of videos of Epicurean experimenters serving everything from Michelob Ultra to Modelo on the rocks. The most refreshing way to drink a beer, TikTok user Isabella Eats gushes, and the caption is to one of her viral cold one tutorials. And at the food influencer tosses a few cubes in a chilada, a Mexican cocktail of lager and lime juice that's served in a glass with a salted ringed rim. That might actually count. I don't know.
No.
In fact, LG Electronics surveyed 2,000 Brits on their drinking habits, finding that nearly 1 in 3 aged 18 to 35 copped to putting their pints on ice, the Daily Mail reported. Meanwhile, 20% of respondents under 35 said that they found the idea of adding ice to beer and wine refreshing. Okay, I've added ice to wine.
I have added ice to wine. Yeah. Now, if I want ice with my beer, I do like I did here. I have, this cup that Mike gave me that keeps my beer cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second beer that I have is sitting over here in a red Solo cup that has ice cubes in it. So I'm resting the beer on the ice cubes.
Or you put it in a frosted mug.
Yes, my
Keep it
father. I mean, it's one of the best. I mean, now I'm keeping pens in this one. But my father would take a mug, put it in the freezer, and then when he would have a beer, it would go into a frosted mug, a cold beer in a frosted mug.
Exactly.
You know what it is? Is these kids today, Gen X, Gen Zers, just want some watered down damn beer.
Yeah.
That's what happens when.
This is why non-alcoholic beers are on the rise. You're right. They they don't want the true potency of the ABV.
Just drink a Bud Light.
That's right. Meanwhile, 20% of respondents under 35 said that they found the idea of adding ice to beer. And I'm sorry. The so-called Epicurean Ice Age received the cold shoulder from many brew buffs, while others defended the practice, noting that it's not an uncommon cocktail in warmer climates such as Costa Rica and Vietnam, according to some TikTok users. No ice, please, said one naysayer under the aforementioned iced chilada video, while another wrote, put glass in the freezer, then you don't need ice. There you go, Mike. Smart person. Please don't put ice in beer, pleaded another hophead under the video about a waitress who served a man the so-called Hail Ale at a golf club. These seem to be a lot of just the reactions. It's stupid. The ice melts so quick and you're just drinking water, exclaimed one critic under a video of a Zoomer enjoying a glaciated libation in Thailand. Coincidentally, despite the popularity, many still frown upon the practice, which is considered taboo in most beer consuming meccas from Germany to the U.S. The same survey found that 44% of respondents labeled people who frost their lager uneducated Philistines. These unnatural ices are so stigmatizing that 1 of 10 respondents said they avoided asking for ice in their wine or beer over fear of being judged. Meanwhile, 22% lie to their friends about the cube lar cutting agent while
you got to lie about it.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Secretly spiking their ale. Nonetheless, many gourmets defend the practice. Practitioners on TikTok pointed out that icing a beer was the modus operandi in Thailand and other Southeast Asian nations.
I love the random use of the word Philistine as well.
Even Michelin-starred New York City chef Davis Chang endorsed the unconventional ingredient in both beer and wine.
Never heard of him. He's not been
Never heard of him. In 2023 episode of Eponemius podcast, Mamofuku.
This story has gone off the rails.
Yeah. Called Ice Booze delicious and said that only one reason to refrain is due to the culinary snobbery. Drink it as a beverage, not as a cultural artifact, the chef declared. So, I don't know. I'm going to avoid putting ice in my beers.
Yeah. Who needs a lot down there? If you want
Persistent head, yes.
Yeah.
Barnyard funk, yes.
Yes.
Ice cubes, nay.
Cube brews, nay.
If you want to put an ice cube in your beer, just go freeze those plastic cubes. That way you won't water it down. Okay.
That's a good point, too.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a concert lately, but I know that you don't go to a concert and throw anything at the performers. Country singer ends concert early after fans throw beer at stage during Oklahoma performance. Braxton Keith abruptly ended his Ardmore, Oklahoma show due to unruly audience behavior. Country singer Braxton Keith has drawn the line on beer throwing at his concerts, this time for good. During an August 22nd performance.
Should be selling beer anywhere.
That's right. We're wasting beer. The rising star abruptly ended the show after concert goers exhibited some unruly behavior. In a TikTok video, here we go, more TikTok, shared by a fan in the crowd. Keith, 25, can be seen stopping his band mid-set before he snapped at the audience. Y'all, I know the most of y'all behaving yourselves tonight, he said. But there's a bunch of people out here that are having a good time, and then there's a bunch of people throwing beer. Keith continued with frustration. Listen, I don't come to any of y'all jobs and do anything like that to y'all. So until y'all can learn some concert etiquette, my name is Braxton Keith. Thank y'all for coming out to Ardmore, Oklahoma tonight. After a stern announcement, the Chase You Down crooner walked abruptly off stage as he took his guitar strap and fixed his cowboy hat. The performance ended earlier than fans had anticipated. Yeah, no shit. Reps for Keith did not immediately respond to Fox News' digital request for comment. This wasn't the first time Keith's concert got interrupted and by disruptive beer throwing. I thought I reported on this earlier at another time.
I remember you reading a report about something like this. I don't know if it was him or a different country singer, but I remember you reading something.
Yeah. In April, during a show in Gilmer, Texas, Keith stopped performing to scold fans who threw beer cans at him and his band while they played Honky Tonk City. Instead of letting the chaos ruin the vibe, he took control of the situation at the time. Hey, listen up. Pause this shit. Keith was seen shouting at in a video he shared to TikTok. I didn't come here to get beer cans thrown at me, all right? This isn't a God expletive. God something Gavin Addock concert, okay? I don't know who Gavin Adcock is. Keith referred to his fellow country artist who's known for throwing drinks at his concerts. Don't be throwing fucking beers out here.
Yeah,
he continued to yell at his friends as he at his fans as he stopped his performance.
I mean, these concerts aren't cheap.
Mm-mm. Those beers aren't cheap.
No. So why are you throwing them out? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense to me either. These people in the front are getting wet up here, and it's going to piss them off, and it's going to piss me off. The singer confronted the crowd and pointed out a young fan who was attending her first country show. This little girl right here has never been to a country concert before, and it's her first damn time, okay? We're going to have a good show for her, okay? The audience was heard cheering in the background after Keith's announcement. So, I don't blame him. I don't one bit. I know concert tickets are expensive, and there's no refund for him canceling the show. But yeah, there's a certain responsibility, which I'm sure everybody should be aware of when going to these things, and they should be caught and they should be kicked out and banned from going to any concerts at that venue.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays they should have, there should be security at these places. Get that guy out of here.
Yeah, and honestly, with cameras being as small and as portable as they are, you should be able to have cameras places to be able to identify who the jokers are. Cheers.
I feel like it's like sort of epidemic at the country concerts lately because it's this guy had it happen twice, and I'm pretty sure it was the other time you reported it was him.
Yeah,
I read somewhere of it happening at a concert of a female country singer, although I can't figure out who it was. I can't find the name. And it happened at a Luke Bryan concert. Luke Bryan is one of the more, popular country stars. And it happened.
He's a summer. I mean, he does a summer thing every year, doesn't he?
Yeah, down in Mexico. Yeah, Edie's favorite guy.
Was it one of these anti country people out there get these concerts?
Why would you buy a ticket?
Why would you buy a ticket and then buy a beer? I hate you so much. I just gave you $45 of my. No, I'm sorry. Let me change.
Yeah, it was $45 for the beer and parking.
Well, it's the same idiots that go to a football game and throw the beer and get kicked out.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
very true.
Or the baseball games because I can't afford those either.
Yeah.
No.
I saw the trailer for the show you're talking about in your next one here, and it looks really good.
Succession meets Peaky Blinders. House of Guinness is Netflix's new drama based on the real family. Our autumn plans are sorted as Netflix has just announced a brand new series that's giving major Peaky Blinders and Succession vibes. Based on the real-life Guinness family, House of Guinness will air on the streaming site this September, and we can't wait. It's the extraordinary story of a family who happens to be the inheritors of the biggest brewery in the world. They're young, and they're given the task of taking on this incredibly successful brand. Creator Stephen Knight, who is also behind Peaky Blinders, told Tudum, the first priority is don't screw it up. The second priority is to make Guinness even bigger. Ahead of its launch, read on for everything you need to know about the gripping series. All right, House of Guinness has been confirmed to air on Thursday, September 25th. All 8 episodes will be available to stream on that day.
So, question for you, Kev.
Yeah.
Question for you, Kev.
Yeah.
So, when you saw this article, did you read it before you put it on there, or you just put it on there because it said Guinness? Because I was about to say, is it the House of Alec Guinness?
Oh,
That
Mike,
was-
you
that
know
was-
I don't read ahead of time. I
That
like
guy's-
to be just as
that
surprised
guy's-
as you guys are.
That could have screwed up your whole thing if it was Alec
It could
Guinness.
have been. Look,
I don't know. I would have watched that too.
Podcast. I would have watched the thing on the House of Alec Guinness.
I would have
You
watched
know,
the Alec
talk
Guinness
to me about the
documentary.
bridge over the River Kwai.
Yeah, but
Um,
that's movie updates or something, not under beer news.
No, but
This is under beer and TV show
and movie news. Yeah, and I saw the trailer for it. It looks really good. I'm really want to check this out. When it
A
comes
little
along.
background: House of Guinness whisks us back to the 1860s, tells us the story of the powerful Guinness family set in the 19th century Dublin and New York. The story begins immediately after the death of Sir Benjamin, not Alec, Guinness, the brains behind the success of the Guinness Brewery. His passing and the contents of his will caused tension between his 4 children, Arthur, Edward, Anne, and Ben, as well as a group of Dublin characters whose lives and livelihood are closely tied to the Guinness legacy. Knight revealed that brothers Arthur and Edward are the heart of the House of Guinness, saying, I don't want to give away the plot, but they are given joint stewardship of the brewery for very interesting reasons. Before he died, their father very deliberately chained Arthur and Edward together in responsibility for the brewery. You'll find out why as you watch. So
I don't want to give anything away about the plot, but it involves beer.
it involves beer.
No.
The best beers that ever beered. Looking at some of the casts, we see Jack Gleason, our wonderful favorite positive Joffrey from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. We see Michael McAlladin, who was the Lord Bolton on Game of Thrones. They seem to got all the positive people in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that stands out. I mean, they're all Irish and English actors, obviously.
I don't. I'm trying to remember like who I saw in I'm bringing it up now because I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, I did recognize a few faces.
Yeah.
Anthony Boyle, Lewis Partridge,
Fionn
Ian
Fouché.
O'Shea, James Norton. I don't know any of these people other than Joffrey.
Yeah. Joffrey. Well, if you look down, Michael McAlladin, he was Lord Bolton, the one that, killed Lady Stark at the Red Wedding.
But
I'm sorry. Spoiler.
Yeah, most of the rest of the actors in here look like they're probably all just like popular in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm
Me
right
too?
now.
That's the Red Wedding? What? Oh,
The Red Wedding, yeah.
Red Wedding.
Right.
So Guinness, the beer that not only acts as a beer, but also acts as a base for, say, many stews and other beverages. It's a wonderful drink, and I'm looking forward to watching the series.
All right.
And that's the beer.
Yes, I don't have any movie updates tonight, so we're just going to go to Mike's Must Try Your Beer Craft Destination.
okay. Who are we at? Denver, a mile high beer capital. Denver
Also
has
a high capital.
Yes, very high, mile high. Denver has long been a city with deep roots in beer culture. Its first brewery, the Rocky Mountain Brewery, opened in 1859, laying the foundation for what would become one of America's most celebrated beer destinations. By the late 1970s, Denver was gaining recognition for its pioneering microbreweries and brew pubs, helping to kickstart the nationwide craft beer movement. Over the decades, this reputation has only grown stronger. Today, the city is not just home to a vibrant community of beer lovers, but also a must-visit destination for travelers eager to explore its breweries, bars, and festivals. The crown jewel of Denver's beer calendar is the Great American Beer Festival, one of the largest beer celebrations in the United States, drawing brewers and enthusiasts from across the country. The festival showcased thousands of beers and cements Denver's place at the center of America's beer culture. A quick snapshot is uh, in, in Denver they have 52 breweries, and the average price is $6 a pint for domestic.
Domestic. All right. Tonight's main segment, we're talking about movie endings. We're talking about, when we say movie endings, we mean the final scene of a film. So, what final scenes stand out in your mind as so memorable that you can't stop thinking about them, or you look forward to seeing them every time you watch the film, even though you watched it a million times. So, what we decided to do here is we didn't choose what we thought were just like all-time best final scenes. We chose our personal favorite final scenes from films. Now, for me, this was a hard list to make.
Yeah, apparently.
As the gentleman will tell you, like I have a tendency to go way overboard when I try to think of my lists. I try to keep it as short as possible. I stuck to 6 movies, even though we were trying to do 5.
You'll never hit 5.
Yeah, I narrowed it down to 6. I had more than that, but thankfully, some of our listeners who wrote in gave us some of the other movies that I wanted to put on my list. So we'll find out what they are later. In the meantime, we're just going to look at our personal list of favorite final scenes, talk about why we like them, and just a note, everybody, spoilers ahead if you haven't seen some of these movies, even though some of them are like 50 years old.
Gentlemen, can I interject with some late breaking? By late breaking, I mean I just noticed it now. Beer news.
Sure.
Knotted Root Brewing is bringing about 2 beers flavored like pork roll.
What?
Knotted Root Brewing is bringing around a mild pork roll, egg and cheese, unfiltered triple IPA, 9.5% alcohol by volume, and a Taylor ham, egg and cheese, salt and pepper ketchup. I can't tell whether that's an IPA or not. Hold on.
Taylor ham or is it pork roll?
This one's Taylor ham, egg and cheese, salted pepper ketchup is an unfiltered double dry hopped DIPA. Features gobs of
sodium,
Monteco, Hallertau Blanc, and Vic Secret hops. This beer is dedicated to the salty, savory, oozing display of New Jersey's best breakfast sandwich. We will always debate what it's called, but we can all agree that it's something special. Think fresh squeezed American cheese, a poppy seed Kaiser roll, and cured salted meats. 8% alcohol by volume.
It'll lead to a very smooth, savory, oozing night in the bathroom later.
And then there's the pork roll, egg and cheese, SPK, an unfiltered triple IPA brewed with gooey base of flacked oats, chip malt, and white wheat.
Oh, God.
This savory liquid of Citra, Monteca, and Riwaka with a touch of vanilla. It's cautiously inspired by the other brand of our favorite New Jersey delicacy. We grew up with Taylor ham, but there's no denying this is pork roll. Think Trenton tomato pie, Donkey's Place. Oh, I've had Donkey's recently. It's very good. And savory breakfast sandwich, 9.5% alcohol by volume. So, gentlemen, on our break until the next season, I think I have a mission.
What I want to know is, after you try the pork roll and Taylor ham beers, let me know, do they pair well with the corned beef beer?
I'm about to say, Kevin, you corned beef
drinking motherfucker. Now we can call you a pork roll drinking motherfucker. All right.
Sorry about that.
That was a fun interjection.
I couldn't wait 4 weeks to tell you about it. And to be told right now, right here.
Personally, I feel better for knowing it now.
At least now I can avoid it.
I actually want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
The corned beef one wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so this might actually be surprising. Anyway, back to the main segment tonight. So, as I was saying, these are our favorite final scenes, our personal favorites. I have 6 on my list. Mike and Kev have 5. So we'll start with one of mine.
We know how to follow directions.
Yeah, and I'm the one who makes the parameters, and I don't follow them. So, the first one on my list should surprise nobody who knows me well. That one of my all-time favorite movies also has one of my all-time favorite final scenes, a scene that originally wasn't in the film's final cut. It is the beach scene at the end of Shawshank Redemption when Red and Andy are reunited for the first time since Andy escaped from prison. And they meet on the beach and they smile and they walk up towards each other, give each other a big hug, and camera pans out slowly. A beautiful, very emotional, very sweet ending to a otherwise,
dark and
dreary movie. And an ending that wasn't originally in the film. The original cut had Red riding the bus out of Texas towards the Mexican border and talking about his hope and that he hopes to see his friend again and all that. And then it fades to black. And the test audience was not happy with this ending, so they went back and did a reshoot.
But it's implied, isn't it? I mean, it's implied that he's. I mean, you hope. I mean, Is that it? Is that the thing? Is that they needed the confirmation that he could find his friend?
Yeah, it's the thing is like the whole movie was about not giving up hope, and so for having it end with him on the bus saying, "I hope I see my friend again," really ties in with the theme of the film, but. Yeah, test audiences wanted that confirmation that he found Andy. Like it was so much about their friendship, that platonic love story, that they wanted that happy ending. And I like it either way. Like, I think it would have been great with both endings. I like the sweet ending with them seeing each other on the beach because it's like such a wonderful moment, as you said, after all that sorrow and like darkness.
Yeah.
But again, it is my favorite movie of all time, so it shouldn't be surprising that it is on my list, number one on my list.
So I figured out how to make that ending the shitty ending now.
Okay.
It would have just stopped at, so was red and just went to black and don't know if I'm yourself or left. That would have people off.
So so you don't know what happens. Yeah, that's like the Sopranos final episode cut off, man. It's like fade to black.
Get busy living, or get busy dying.
Busy,
Damn right. It is.
Or they just go get busy living, get busy. Fade to black. Mike's number one on his list is a really good one. So, Mike, why don't you explain when we say final scene of this film, what are we talking about?
We are talking about the very, very final scene where you see the crate being put into the warehouse. And he was pissed off going back and forth up the stairs. I'm talking Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
Yep.
I wonder, like, if people remember that that's the final scene. If you haven't seen the film in a while, like, I know you probably think of the face melting scene.
Yeah. No, we're talking about the box going into Warehouse 13.
Yes. Never knew that Raiders was part of the Warehouse 13 universe. Yes. It's such a great ending because it's like, yeah, all of a sudden it's just an item in a warehouse.
And when you went back and saw Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, you liked that callback. You liked that little Easter egg that, as he's escaping Area 51, he cracks open a box that actually has the crate of the Ark of the Covenant in it. That's probably the best part of that movie.
Yeah,
probably the only good part of that movie. I was waiting for the addendum. Like, at least there was something good in that film. Michael, anything else you want to say about Raiders? I mean, it's a movie we talked a lot about.
We could talk a lot of hours about it too. So no, we can go on.
I'm sure it's anniversary coming up sooner or later for Raiders that we'll be able to do like a full episode on it. So
yeah.
First one that Kevin has on his list, a movie also we talked about a lot in the past, but God damn, what an ending.
Look, I was torn between, Christopher Nolan's great for powerful endings, and it's torn between this and Inception, but I went with The Prestige, the ending where it all gets wrapped up. You see the reveal, the third act, where you figure out who was the man in the box, so to speak, the other Christian Bale character. How did the amazing Danton? I want to say performing these, things where he gets teleported somewhere else, and what happens, and it you think of it and it's like crazy as he has to explain that somebody has to die every night that he performs this show. Somebody has to die. And it's the person that goes into the machine is always the one that gets dropped into the water chamber, which a great throwback to the beginning of the film where his wife actually ends up dying in a Chinese water torture device, and that's how he's been killing everybody to be able to perform what happens. So
all his clones,
all of his clones, right?
Send in the clones. Yeah, it was such a mind fuck of an ending when first time I saw it.
Yeah, it's like it's you don't get a great shot. It's as the fire grows, you see all these faces of clones who have drowned. And
I like the ending of Inception, but it's such an ambiguous ending.
It is
like an argumentative ending that I really think, like, if you're going to choose between the two, Prestige has the better ending,
the better, more clear ending. Yeah,
very memorable. All right, Second one I have on my list, a movie that we covered exclusively on its 50th anniversary, 1972's The Godfather Part 1.
Not part three.
Not Part 3, no. Part 1, which ends in a very ominous fashion as Michael Corleone embraces his role as the Godfather. We see his wife, played by Diane Keaton, looking on horrifyingly at him as a group of men come in and kiss the ring. And Clemenza goes over and closes the door very slowly. And then we fade to black. And it's like such a magnificent ending to such like a...
Fredo. I could have done it. I'm smart.
That's the second movie.
Like everybody says.
That's the second movie.
Two.
That's after he gets... That's right before Michael has him whacked.
What are you talking about? He went fishing.
Yeah. As one does. But The Godfather has that very dark, ominous ending where it goes, where you have this character, Michael, who the whole movie was trying to stay out of the family business, whose father wanted him to stay out of the family business. And then at the end, he becomes the most powerful man in the Corleone family and ends on this very dark, gut punch of a scene.
I think I saw a cut scene or a deleted scene, rather. It was a scene where Vito was talking to Michael. Michael was in full military uniform, and Vito had a fedora and everything. And he's asking what's his plan after the military, after he's done, and how much Vito was like, no, I got plans for you. And he goes, no, I want nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember that from the original movie. It must have been
that was a cut scene. It was either a deleted scene or it was one of those scenes that they included when they did that Godfather Saga TV edit, where it was like the whole first two films in chronological order. Yeah, it might have been part of that. But yeah, Godfather. If you've never seen The Godfather, check it out. It's a good movie.
That's okay.
Yeah. Talk about iconic endings. Number 2 on Mike's list has another one of those great endings.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. That's the future.
Yeah.
And that was the ending.
That was the ending. Yeah. The car flies.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the movie to begin with the first time I saw it, but when that car took off and started flying, I was in.
You were ready for the second one to come out right then.
Yeah, I wanted the second movie right then.
And you know what? You got to wonder how far. I mean, it ended with to be continued, so they obviously knew that they were going to go on. But like, how far did they plan?
I think
just the second movie. I don't think they should plan for the third.
No. I think they had an idea for a trilogy. I'm not sure if they were definitely planning on doing the Western thing for the trilogy. Because they filmed number 3 right after number 2. Because they came out in almost successive years. So
yeah,
I know they had a plan for a trilogy. I just don't know if they had it like totally planned out after number 2.
Not that saying 3 was that bad, but it just didn't seem to gel.
I didn't like too much the first time I saw it. It's kind of grown on me over the years. But yeah, it's still nothing compares to that first one. And that ending, even if they didn't have a movie after that, ending it like that still made me happy.
Yes.
Like, even if there was never a sequel to it, I would have been happy with the where we're going. We don't need roads ending. Just lets you think about it afterwards. Oh God, Kevin's second one. Well, you guys were talking about the previous film. I was looking for pictures I can show, and I couldn't find a censored one.
No,
I couldn't find a censored one. I'm like, I'm not putting a dick on the screen.
Well, if you can, I will for you.
Put it away, Mike. Put it away. So, Kev, why don't you talk about the dick?
This is a very popular box office, hit. It wasn't. 1983's Sleepaway Camp, a American slasher film written and directed by Robert Hiltzik, and starring Mike Kellen, Catherine Cammie, and Paul D'Angelo, with others. The basis of this is a man and his boyfriend take the guy's name's John, take John's children on a boating trip in 1975. Okay. The boat capsizes. John, children try to swim to shore, and a reckless motorboater hits them, and John and one of the kids are killed. Right.
The daughter.
Yes. No. Well,
yeah, the daughter's killed because then the mother raises the boy as a girl, and that's why.
You just ruined the reveal, man.
Hey, man.
All right, so let me skip to the end. Anyway, 8 years later, Angela, the surviving child, which apparently isn't the surviving child, is traumatized and lives with her eccentric aunt.
Wait, I found a censored photo. I'm going to download it real quick, and then
Okay.
I'll show it when you get done explaining.
Angela's introverted. She has trouble. They decided to put her into a camp where she's kind of bullied, and at this camp, she is mysterious things are going on. People are dying in rather gruesome ways. And at the very end of this movie,
Very gruesome. A motorboat is not gruesome enough, huh?
no. But I'm talking people getting like nail guns through the eyes and shit like that.
Yeah, this is a slasher film. Yeah.
Someone trapped him in a public toilet with a beehive, exploiting his allergy. That's one way of dying, you know. I'm trying to think of others. Meg, somebody else is fatally impaled in the shower. You know, so there's a bunch of like other horrific deaths in this. But anyway, at the end, camp counselors Ronnie and Susie discover Angela, naked Angela, humming and clutching a hunting knife alongside Paul, who is another camp counselor, his severed head. And they are shocked to realize that Angela is actually Peter, the child that they thought was dead instead. Angela was raised Peter was raised as a girl, as Angela. Because
so they knew that Peter was a boy because they saw Peter's Peter.
They saw Peter's Peter. Anyway, the aunt that had custody of the child who lived raised Peter as a girl because she had always wanted a girl. And Peter was mentally affected by witnessing his father's death, and so the nude, blood-covered Peter stands over the mortified Susie and stands before his horrified Susie and Ronnie, hissing and growling. So it is a horrifying final moment, and I know that they had to put the face of the actress. They got a mask. Realistic mask and put it on the face of the boy and put it on for that scene.
Yeah, this one right here.
Look at that face, though. Look at how creepy.
It is a very, very creepy final scene.
The creepy final scene.
We spent way more time talking about this movie than we have some of the prestigious films on our list.
Yeah.
Well, that's because this one's very not known so well, you know?
Yeah. No,
I want to
films need a lot more explanation.
One of the lesser known
I want to see Sleepaway Camp. I'm going to go to the Blockbuster and rent it right now. I'm going to go to West Coast Video and look for it on
you should have kept that one for our next recording.
Films that Time Forgot.
To see if
I know Jack would have got that one. Jack probably worked on that film. It's one of the lesser known like slasher films of the 80s, but it does have a pretty heavy cult following. Like it's well known. If you're a horror aficionado, you know Sleepaway Camp.
Which I am.
You love those violent films.
That's right. More gore is my motto.
You like gore and dicks. Especially gore dicks. My next film, speaking of gory dicks, is an M. Night Shyamalan film. It's his first film. It's a wonderful film that didn't lead to any other crap from him afterwards. The Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment, where we find out that Bruce Willis has been dun 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 dead all along. It was such a great reveal seeing this in the theater for the first time.
Yeah,
Which they might.
Dead people.
that's one of the great reveals. Yeah.
It's such a great reveal, such a great twist ending.
Yeah.
It's
And
the,
then to figure out that, the color red played an important part of all those instances where
Mhm.
you look back and it's like, oh yeah.
And it's funny. It's like I think Shyamalan became, like he was so, like everyone made such a big deal about the twist in this film that he felt like he had to have one in all of his films. And I wonder how much better some of his movies would have been if he wasn't trying so hard to get a twist ending out of it. Because the twist in this is amazing, but it even on rewatch, like you start noticing those little subtle things and looking for like the color red in scenes. And
Or would it been better if some of what his later movies came out before this? Would the twist endings be better?
I don't know if this would have been as big a box office hit as it was if we had seen some of the, like if I saw The Happening first, I definitely wouldn't want to go see The Sixth Sense.
But even like The Village.
Yeah. But like The Village like had such a forced twist ending. Like I remember liking it when I first watched it, and then after I watched it a few times, I was like, man, there's a lot of holes in this film.
Yeah, if it would have came out first, it might have been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could have been the lead up to the better movie.
Yeah. But I think this is the best of all the films he's ever made. So.
Oh, by far.
Mike, the next one on your list
Has 3 endings.
Has 3 endings.
And as we all know, communism is just
It's
a
just
red
a red
herring.
It's Clue. God, I love those endings.
He did a recast of Clue way back, so you can check out our previous recast episode.
Fire, flames on the side of my face. Burning, burning.
There are 3 endings.
There are 3 endings. Yes, there is.
And one, Scarlet is the villain, and the other, Peacock is the villain. And then the third ending, which we all know is the real ending. They all did it.
Butler. Oh.
Which, sir, is your favorite of the 3 endings since you put this on your list?
I like the last. The FBI comes in and I'm going to go home and sleep with my wife.
Yeah, like it's such a great ending, and I prefer the full ending as well. It's funny because the ending was a red herring because when the movie first came out, depending on the theater you went to see it in, you got one of the 3 endings. It wasn't until it was released on video that all 3 endings were available to the viewing public.
Man, that would have to screw you up if your friend went and saw one and you saw the look, the ending was this. No, the ending was this, and you just argue the whole time.
I think the idea was to try to get people to see it multiple times because of that, but the problem was it ended up being a bomb. It wasn't even like a box office hit. Yeah, but now it's a cult film. It's one that we all quote and watch all the time. I'm going to go home and sleep with my wife. Let's see here. You have anything else you want to say, Mike, or should we move on?
We can move on.
Okay.
I don't
Kevin
want
has
to go to the movie itself.
Third movie on Kevin's list. Great ending. Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
No one talks about it. Okay.
We can't talk about this ending.
We can't talk about it.
We're talking about, or not talking about, as the case may be, Fight Club, where it is revealed that the narrator is actually Tyler Durden, and he is not bipolar. What am I thinking of? Dual personality, multiple personality disorder. I know there's a newer term for it, but that's essentially what it is.
Dissociative identity disorder.
There you go. Associative identity disorder, where dissociative. Yes. Dissociative identity disorder. Anyway, yes, the Edward Norton character, who I believe just going through the movie, we only acknowledge him as narrator, if we acknowledge him at all.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name.
And we find out, the flashbacks of who's giving the orders and what's going on and what had happened. And he is actually Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden's calling the shots for Fight Club and everything. And at the very end, he's trying to get rid of the additional personality. takes a revolver, sticks it in his mouth, pulls the trigger. Doesn't kill him, but it does seem to kill the additional personality in him and Helena Bonham Carter, who is, why can't I think, Marla?
Marla, yeah.
Marla, watch as the destruction of the Fight Club happens. All the credit card companies, everybody goes back to zero, the bank loans and everything else. You see all these buildings crumble around them as bombs were set off in their basements.
We don't talk about dirt and no. Yes, he's known as the narrator in the film, unlike Meatloaf's character, who in death gets a name, Robert Paulson.
Robert Tolson. I am Robert Tolson.
I am.
In death, we are all Robert Tolson.
But none of us are the narrator. Yeah, it was such a. It's another one. Like, I love when they go back and do like the flashbacks of all the things he did, like to himself, as thinking it was Tyler, like hitting himself in the face, throwing himself out of a truck. All the people looking at him like crazily because he's talking like somebody else. And, you know, and you know, it also has some great scenes in it aside from the final scene too. Like
just all of the little Easter eggs, you know, the little cuts, the little
the edits in the film,
in the film, you know,
which one of them is a dick. You got a theme going tonight. Dicks on Film. That's gonna be our season 11 premiere. Dicks on Film.
It's about detective stories. It's about detective stories.
We should do a detective story episode. Just call it Dicks on Film.
Tracy, do you mind if I call you Dick?
I call you Dick. Tonight on Films Fermentation. Dicks. Oh, I can't imagine what that promo photo is going to look like. There's a lot of ABVs in these beers I drank tonight.
Oh my Lord!
All righty. So my next movie, speaking about dicks on film, The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, that's a great final scene.
Great final scene.
I'm going to have a friend for dinner.
Friend for dinner. Dr. Lecter. Yeah, so he's escaped Dr. Lecter, and very final scene, Starling gets a phone call at her FBI graduation ceremony, and the phone call is from Dr. Lecter, who has followed the head of the mental hospital that he was a prisoner in for so many years, followed him to some country. I'm guessing it's like Haiti or Dominican Republic or something like that, and has followed him there, where he will most assuredly kill him and eat him. And it ends with that great line, "I have to go, Agent Starling. I'm going to have an old friend for dinner." And then him walking slowly down the street following Dr. Chilton. Yeah, it's such a great ending. Mm-hmm. I made the dick comment because of the whole tuck back scene with Buffalo Bill. Hard fuck me. Hard.
That very popular dog that got into a lot of movies.
Yeah. Kevin sent me a thing with the dog from Silence of the Lambs was in like 8 movies.
Yeah,
and it was like had a steady career. So we're like, we gotta do a career episode on Precious.
Animals in films.
She was in Burbs. She was.
It was in the Burbs. Yeah,
step up, man. Go from Burbs to the Silence of the Lambs. Oh man! Speaking of endings, I wish I had on my list. Mike's number 4 is awesome.
The problem with Santa Monica is all the goddamn vampires. Lost Boys. The look that the grandpa gets from everybody else is like, why didn't you fucking tell us to begin with?
It's such an amazingly filmed scene too, because he says that, and it cuts to the family with this look on their face, and he's closing the refrigerator door, and it's like as he closes it, the light goes across their faces, and then shadow, and then it fades to black, and it's like such a great final shot. But that is talk about a twist ending.
Yeah,
that's a twist done right, man. Where it's like whole time they're trying to like hide the fact, and then the grandfather comes home and saves them, and you realize that he knew all this time that there were vampires in San Bernardino. It's such a great scene.
Great scene.
Oh man, I was so jealous when I saw this on your list. I was like, "Fuck, this should have been one of my 30."
Yeah.
But
Hey,
alas,
Jeff, he doesn't need us. He'll just do all the list himself.
yeah, I could have did this as a solo episode on those couple weeks that were off. I love how number 4 on Kevin's list is a movie he's never seen.
What are you talking about? Of course I've seen this movie.
Pretty sure in the past you've told me you haven't.
I had. It came on. It was on HBO Max or HBO, I believe, or it was on Prime. I was able to put it on. The only downside was I fell asleep for the middle. But I saw the beginning. I saw the end.
Don't you teach film appreciation?
I do teach film appreciation.
I
appreciate
would
this.
love to know the reaction of your students to this movie.
This movie is why for this particular unit, I either put on It's a Wonderful Life or I put on The Wizard of Oz. I could not get my students to watch this movie and pay attention to it. I like I said, I fell asleep through the middle. I'm referring to Citizen Kane.
This is how you do it. You go, watch this movie. There will be a test. It will be 90% of your grade for the year.
All you got to do is say, you got to watch this movie. I'm only going to ask one question, but that question is worth 100 points. And then at the end, you go, who's Rosebud?
I haven't seen the movie, and I know who Rosebud is. I watched Animaniacs.
Oh, I watched Animaniacs too. Yeah. I know who Rosebud is. The story of the
it's Charles Foster Kane,
Charles Foster Kane, and how he dies in the beginning of the movie in his large mansion, which is in disrepair, and you see a snow globe fall out of his hand and crack and break, and the last known words were Rosebud. Mm-hmm. And throughout the movie are reporters going around trying to distinguish what is Rosebud. Why did he say it? What's the significance of it? And you go through the whole life of this character who gets into the newspaper industry, politics, becomes extremely powerful. And at the very end, you realize that Rosebud, and no one ever figures out what Rosebud is, but we, the viewers, see a sled off to the side, which has the name Rosebud either engraved on the front or painted on the front. And we remember this from his childhood. This was the scene where his parents really sell him, don't they? They sell Charles Kane to some wealthy and he leaves the sled
the father tells him you need to grow up. He's still a kid, but he tells him you need to grow up and puts him into an apprenticeship early in his life.
Okay.
And the apprenticeship is kind of he's basically lost
childhood. It's
lost childhood, and that sled represented the childhood that he lost.
Mm-hmm. For mine, it would be the Millennium Falcon. You see, I never got that particular vehicle for my Star Wars action figures growing up. And though I wanted it, the story goes that my parents had all these Star Wars things in the shopping cart from either Kitty City or Toys R Us. I can't recall. My father came by and said, "No, you're overwhelming him with toys from Star Wars. We got to get him something different, something else," and puts down the Millennium Falcon. And I never got one.
We're learning a lot about Kevin's psyche here between not getting the Millennium Falcon for Christmas and Heather Graham standing up at the prom. We're learning a lot here about.
We are. Kevin's just, what is it? Just.
But to make up for it, I will say I did get not just Ecto 1, but I also got the Firehouse for the the Ghostbusters toys that I had. So, I was never allowed to play with the slime.
It could have been worse. It could have been the the big vehicle for the GoBots.
Ooh.
You're not going to go by.
No. You want those large vehicles from G.I. Joe, like the aircraft carrier and Cobra's, command center.
Hey, we're gonna go with childhood. I asked for Transformers. I got GoBots. Okay.
All right, you had the worst childhood.
I was a poor black man. Poor black boy. in the
Poor
South.
black boy. What? Oh, man, let's move on.
Let's move on.
So my number 5 is, and again, one of the best twist endings to a movie ever. It's The Usual Suspects, where you find out the villain they've been looking for the whole time, Kaiser Soze, has been in their grasp all this time, and he's been telling stories, making up lies to cover his tracks, and the lies were coming off this information that was on the wall right behind the detective the whole time. And Kev, I was trying to find a thing I sent you recently. Didn't I send you something where it was like,
It was the Princess Bride.
it was the Princess Bride? What it was. I can't remember what it was.
Grandfather was telling the story, and all the characters and everything that happened was based off of things that were in Fred Savage's bedroom.
Yeah. It was like a play on the ending of The Usual Suspects, which is such a great twist ending where you realize, oh my God, he was sitting in front of him all this time, and by the time he realizes it and chases after him, it's too late. He's gone, because just like that, the devil makes sure you don't believe that he's real. So it's it's really, really it's I always say it's a movie that I wish I can watch for the first time all over again, because it was such an impactful ending. Speaking of impactful endings, number 5 on my which of course is not the ending.
No. 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's in the box is not the end.
No.
Wasn't the? Now I'm trying to remember what the ending is.
He kills him. Which
Yeah, he kills him. Yeah.
yeah, he becomes Wrath, which was the
Right.
goal. Ultimate goal was to have him become Wrath.
Right.
Well, what's in the box is part of that ending.
It like leads to that
John
scene,
Doe
yeah.
got what he wanted.
Yeah, John Doe got what he wanted.
I mean, the real final ending of the scene is Brad Pitt in the back of the police car and Morgan Freeman talking to the captain, and but it's like it's all part of the same like scene.
Right.
From the time they arrive in that open field to the credits is like the final scene. So it's
And all the big reveals, that it's
what's
not
in the box,
it's his
yeah.
wife's head, and they were expecting, and
yeah,
it
it is like a pretty brutal, very memorable ending when you kind of think about it for a while afterwards.
Poor
they
Gwyneth Paltrow.
actually made a head for Gwyneth Paltrow for like a shot in the box, and I was like, oh, that would have been.
It's like a Mandela effect thing, man. Because there's so many times like I swear you see it, but then you don't.
It's a flash of her face from another part in the movie, but you're right.
Yeah.
It's that idea, and they actually did make use of the head for the movie Contagion.
They did. They used the fake head for the brain surgery scene.
Yeah,
in the movie that made me afraid to touch doorknobs after I left the movie theater. So we've talked about 7 so much in the past. I don't think we need to really say any more. I want to talk about Kevin's 5th one because I love this movie, and another one I wish I'd put on my list, but I left it for others.
You see, it's all about boys dressing up like girls in my lists tonight.
Yes, all about
You did Tootsie?
Surprise ending in Tootsie. This is Some Like It Hot for our younger viewers who maybe don't watch the older movies. This was a movie starring Tony Curtis. Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, and Marilyn Monroe. And it was Tony Curtis's want or attraction towards the Marilyn Monroe character. They are jazz musicians who are on the run or being chased by, I want to say, mobsters. Pretty sure it's
mob.
mobsters.
Yeah,
it's the mob. They're chasing after him, and they decide to go on into hiding by dressing up as women and being performers of this all women's like jazz band where Marilyn Monroe's the singer. And it's just the hilarity ensues. And the final reveal of that they are men to Marilyn Monroe. Jack Lemmon is revealed. It's the final scene. He is being driven in a motorboat, I guess, skiff, to with this captain, this older gentleman, and he's trying to explain to him, look, I can't be your wife. It's never going to work. We're two different people. And then he finally pulls off the wig and says, well, I'm a man. And the captain looks quickly over at him, and without changing his facial expression, goes, well, nobody's perfect.
Such a great ending, man.
It's a great ending.
So much.
Yeah. They forgot how good it was. And it was the inspiration for Bosom Buddies.
It kind of was, yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah. I mean, it's
another TV show that these kids don't know about.
It's an inspiration for any like film, movie, whatever, where like men dress as women to get away with shit.
Tootsie.
Yeah, or like Birdcage, like that's kind of has like sort of a similar theme. Like, I love this movie though, man. This is such a iconic film. I thought about doing this in like a film that time forgot, but I felt like it would have been disrespectful to how good this film is to do it as a film that time forgot. Because if you're somebody who likes movies, you love Some Like It Hot.
And this movie is not the movie with the famous subway scene. That's the 7 Year Itch.
7 Year Itch.
For Marilyn Monroe does a very good job in this movie.
No, it's a really good movie. It's really funny, and it kind of like stands up, even though it's from 1952 or whatever it is. Like, it's still a really funny film. Yeah, I just watched this maybe a year ago. I think I need to revisit it. I love Some Like It Hot. Last movie on my list, so I have one more on mine because I couldn't help myself. I have Psycho, the original one, not the Vince Vaughn one, with Anthony Perkins, the classic from the 1960s, with a twist ending where you find out the killer is Norman Bates all along. He dresses like his mother, talks like his mother when he kills people. But that's not the final scene. The final scene is, of course, him being arrested, sitting in the police station, not talking, but you hear his inner monologue, and the inner monologue is the voice of his mother telling everybody in the audience as he looks at the camera, I will show them that I am harmless. As harmless as a little fly. And then you get that quick glimpse of like the skeleton on his face. Just such a great Alfred Hitchcock, a man that I adore, who never won any awards and should have won all of them. It's just such a great film. It's not just like the best, like a really good like twist ending too. It's just like it has a twist beginning where the top billed actress is killed 10 minutes into the film. It's like such Anish.
You mean it's kind of like Game of Thrones, where the main stars, the known actors killed after the first season.
Yeah, but at least Sean Bean got through 10 episodes before it happened. Janet Leigh got killed 10 minutes into the film. All right, so that was our favorite final scenes. We do have a list of some dishonorable mentions, shittiest final scenes of all time. None of us had it on our list, but we should have had it on one of our lists, is the original Planet of the Apes ending, where you find out that Charlton Heston has been on Earth all along, that the apes had taken over. He realizes this when he sees the blown up Statue of Liberty on the beach, a scene that is lampooned in Spaceballs many years later. But a shitty final scene would be Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. Which ends with this inexplicable scene where the monkey is Abe Lincoln.
Yes, he crashes in Washington and right at the Lincoln Memorial.
Yes.
Did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I said hey Blinken.
Abe Lincoln.
I said Ape Lincoln. He's Ape Lincoln. And Marky Mark's like, hey there, Ape, what are you doing? Why are you trying to race me?
How's your mother?
Hey. Speaking of Mark Wahlberg, another movie with a shitty ending, The Happening. You find out the trees did it.
Hey, Tree.
Hey, Tree, why are you trying to kill me, Tree? Why are you trying to hurt me? He actually talks to a fucking tree in the movie. Only to realize that the tree he's talking to is a plastic plant. Next one for shitty final scenes. Kevin's favorite actor, Nick Cage, in the Wicker Man reboot.
Not the I thought you were going to put The Rock on here.
No, because that's in our shout outs. I have The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what the final scene was. You can like take your pick. Oh, the final scene is
Ray
Skywalker. Because that's the first thing I do when I ask somebody their name.
Who are you? I am Ray.
Okay.
Ray who?
Skywalker. Lying bitch.
Not to say that the other worst scene in that film is Palpatine returned somehow.
He was cloned.
I had a hard time, narrowing this list down too. I could add a lot more, but I threw Super Mario Brothers from 1993 on there. God bless them. They acted like there was going to be a sequel in that final scene.
Mario, Luigi, we have to go back.
I need your help. and Bob Hoskins, who was drunk while filming the movie.
Come on, think about it.
All right. So I asked on social media for anybody out there who wanted to give us their thoughts for the best final scenes of all time. And I got a few shout outs here. I got Antonio Palacios on Facebook says subjectively his favorite final scene is from Bob Fosse's All That Jazz, but his favorite closing credit is Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah, that's a different episode. Closing credits scenes.
It's also a ringtone on my phone. We have Sad Boy on Reddit who said Schindler's List. Great final scene. The final scene in that film is, of course, the cut to, years later, the survivors of the list, like going to Oscar Schindler's grave and leaving stones on the grave and all that. Just the Man 75 on Threads gave us The Taking of Pelham 123 from 1974. Where the final scene in that film is the detective played by Walter Matthau thinks he found, one of the perpetrators of the crime, and it kind of ends on like an ambiguous note. Just a Man also gave us The Thing from 1982, John Carpenter's The Thing. Great final scene where
that is a great final scene.
That was on Leo's list.
He was on my list. I took it off because Just a Man had it on his, and I figured, okay, at least I'll get a shout out. And then Dirty Harry from 1971 has great final scenes. Jay Mathis 80, who I believe goes by the name Jen Mathis, gave us Shawshank Redemption on Instagram.
Good call. Mr. Mathis, whoever you are.
Some guy named Kevin Tustin on Facebook gave us The Rock with Nicolas Cage finding microfilm with evidence as to who killed JFK. Classic Nick Cage, he says.
He's an ass.
I mean, it is.
Let's see what else we got here. We got let's see, anybody else do we have here? Oh yeah, I have more. Hold on. We got True Podcast on Reddit said obviously it's when Maroon 5 sings Memories with the montage of what happens while Tom Hardy looks at the statue in Venom 3. Obviously. I told him thanks for submission. We're going to give you an honorable mention for that one. And then the last one I have here is Cinema on a Shelf, also on Reddit. Says, man, what a question. Although I could start rambling on and on, I will shout out a final scene in a film that I recently watched for the first time. John Frankenheimer's The Train. It's a fantastic film starring Burt Lancaster about a train from occupied France during World War II that is carrying priceless paintings to Nazi Germany in the days.
I don't want to do that one now.
A bitch. How much did I talk about a movie I didn't even put on my list last week? How much, Leo? How much did I talk about this movie and its final scene, and I didn't put it on my damn list? Leo, what movie am I talking about?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Bullet Train.
He's talking about The Train, not Bullet Train.
What? No, I'm talking about Bullet Train. I know.
You're talking about Bullet Train. Cinema on a Shelf is talking about John Frankenheimer's The Train.
Okay, well, he kind of rocked my memory because I forgot to put Bullet Train on my list. I got 6. Bullet Train.
Bullet Train.
Where the girl gets hit by a truck of tangerine.
Tangerine truck. Now, getting back to cinema on a shelf's response, I saw this movie once, and I saw it in one of my film theory classes in college. So it's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember it has a pretty powerful ending that I'm not going to like spoil because, for one, I haven't seen it in a while. I need to rewatch it myself. So, thank you to everybody who gave us a shout out there. We hope you enjoyed.
Nobody said they live.
Nobody said they live. No.
What's wrong, baby?
That's the thing. It's like we talked about this. Like I said, it's such a great final scene with him shooting the satellite and like revealing the aliens to everybody. But that's not the final scene. The final scene is some big booby blonde girl banging an alien dude, and she sees him and gets horrified. And he goes, "What's wrong, baby?"
Credits.
I have no segue. Mike, you have any beer history or trivia? I got no segue into this.
I got some beer trivia. A limited edition bottle of Nail Brewing's Antarctic Nail Ale was sold at auction for approximately $1,300 US. The Australian Pale Ale is a limited edition brew using water from Antarctic ice. Proceeds from the sale of this beer went towards marine conservation. I can't afford that kind of a beer.
We should chip in and then we can buy a beer and share it.
That's right.
That's still like $400 a person for the three of us.
We'll use the kitty money we make off of advertisements.
Oh man, we were waiting for a while.
Cinema quote of the week, sir.
I know very little about acting. I'm just an incredibly gifted faker. Kevin Tussman. I mean, Robert Downey Jr.
that sounds about as Robert Downey Jr. quote as you can possibly get.
Yep.
Let's revisit our drinks while I'm still conscious.
This, excuse me. This high noon didn't have nearly enough caffeine, but I will say I expected less and I got more. So I was okay with it. I maybe turned my nose up a little too soon at, drinking these. And I'll have to go back in my fridge to see if there are any more. And this was just a delight. This Southern Tier Caramel Cookie Beer was delicious, and I'm looking forward to a cool, crisp night where I can have a fire pit and possibly caramelize that stuff.
Mike,
the Cape May white Belgian style wheat ale. I like wheat ale. This is very good.
And I consumed a combined 14% alcohol by volume. So I'm feeling it right now. I had the cannoli beer and the peppermint chocolate beer because I'm cleaning out the fridge. They were both good, and I'm very buzzed. So thank you for joining us tonight for episode 209, our season finale. Last call, favorite final scenes. We hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget, you can drop us an email, filmsoffermentation@gmail.com, or visit linktree.com/filmsoffermentation. Find all of our social media podcast links. You can watch us on YouTube, you can watch us on Rumble, or you can watch us on the Podnation Media Network on Roku. You can subscribe to our Substack newsletter, follow us on Patreon, or text us at 904-867-4466. Don't forget to stop by the Crossroads between Pickled and Fermented for our season 11 premiere. Now, we are going to be taking a few weeks off. Kevin and I are starting school again since we are both teachers and we got a lot going on. Mike is going to be going away for a week or two. So we're going to be dropping some possible re-releases or best of episodes in the next few weeks. And our season 11 premiere, Films That Time Forgot Part 12, will be dropping on September 30th. So please wait around for us to start our next season and enjoy the other stuff that we're going to be dropping in the meantime. Once again, I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
This has been the Films and Fermentation Podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.